Hey, great to have you here. So back once again with another One Piece card game video. This one opening up Starter Deck 16. So kind of going down the line, I know we opened up Starter Deck 15 already. Let's take a look at 16 itself. And I know this is one, it's kind of strange. They had this leader as a starter deck before, so it's weird to have them be kind of repeated as a starter deck leader. I understand these are all kind of repurposed leaders, and we'll look at the PRB pack separately. But it feels weird to have the same leader in another starter deck as opposed to, hey, this is a leader that just happened to be in one of the booster boxes and we're just bringing them into a starter deck. But perhaps the cards included here are the draw to have as opposed to the original starter deck. We'll have to see what's in here specifically. I'm not sure this is one that's really well thought of, so let me know your guys' thoughts. Is this one that you're picking up? Is this one that you have any value from the cards? Let me know overall, but we'll take a look and make our assessment here. So I'm kind of running out of table space, but we'll take a look. So as I mentioned, this is the Uta from before, so give it a don. When attacking, once per turn, you can reveal one card from the top of your deck, add one film card to your hand, then place the rest at the bottom. So not the best power. It's kind of just a searcher, so you're just getting cards in your hand. Overall, kind of meh as a leader card or leader ability. Let's look at the Uta here. 4 cost, 6k power, blocker. And then once per turn, you can trash one film from your hand and give it to one rested don to your leader or one of your characters. That doesn't feel that strong either. I mean, it's a blocker, I guess, but then you can trash a film card, give up to one rested on to your leader or character. Why? I don't know, maybe if you're ending the game, that could be worthwhile at that point, but that feels kind of questionably, used at some point. Shanks, on play, KO up to one of your opponent's rested characters. That's kind of nice. I mean, if they just attacked you with a big body, you bring this guy out, you KO something, and you don't even have to attack it. Kind of like that. It sucks that he doesn't have like rush or anything like that, so he's not going to do anything until the following turn, so not super strong, but I could at least see value in that one as opposed to the prior one. All right, then we have Gordon. It's a blocker. You can trash a number of music type cards from your hand. Your leader, one of your characters gains plus 1,000 power. Music type. Is there a music type? I don't think I've seen that before. Okay. Well, another one that I probably would question the legitimacy of ever using in play. If your leader has film type and you have 6 more rested cards, this character gains 2,000 power. That's a lot of qualifiers for just 2,000 power in my opinion, so not sure that's the best either. If you have a rested Uta, this character gains plus 1,000 power. Okay, I mean, it's a 2k counter, you put him on the board, you attack with your leader first, or someone else that is like an Uta maybe. I could see some potential there, not super great still. Okay, 2 cost event. If your leader's Uta, choose rest one of your opponent's characters with the cost of 5 or less, or KO to your opponent's rested character with the cost of 5 or less. That's actually not bad. I kind of like that. You could rest a blocker or KO something that they just attacked you with. So I kind of like that one probably the most of what I've seen so far. These are kind of cool little side arts. If your leader's Uta, look at 3 cards on top of your deck, reveal 1 film, add to your hand, and place the rest of the... Okay, so we just get a searcher there pretty much. It's just a searcher event. That's interesting, not even a character. So that's a little bit probably weaker than a searcher character. Okay, 3 costs, set your leader as active. Okay, so you can attack another time for 3 costs. Not the worst if you like tap a whole lot of Dawn on your leader and then you just then reset them and attack for that same amount again. Problem is you need to have Uta as your leader, so I'm not sure that's going to come into play for most people unless they're playing this deck, which I'm not sure these cards would be viable in most tournaments. All right, you may rest this character except in one of your film characters other than this guy's active. Okay, so it's kind of a sacrifice this guy's attack ability for somebody else's. So maybe you have him out on the board, and he's out on the board, and you attack, and then you rest him. It's kind of circumstantial once again, but it can have an ability. All right. If your leader's Uta, up to one of your opponent's rested characters with the cost of 4 or less will not become active until your opponent's next refresh phase. Okay, so it keeps something tapped, which green loves to do. I'm always frustrated when I'm playing against a Bonnie that has that ability, or the carrot cards as well. So that kind of plays into green's ability. If your leader's Uta, set all your film type as active at the end of this turn. Oh, okay. That's actually kind of cool. So you would keep your guys, in theory, safe unless they got KO'd because you would just untap them. These event cards are probably the stronger part of Green's deck here. Okay, counter, you return any number of characters on your field to the owner's hand. Up to one of your leaders gains 2,000 power for every returned character. That could be a large counter in the event that you had a whole board out there, but you probably want to keep them out there to attack. You can rest one of your Uta cards, rest up to 2 of your opponent's Don cards. Okay, so this is like an anti-counter for them. You would just rest one of your Uta cards, you'd have to have it on the board. So I guess it could be your leader. And then your opponent has to rest Don. So if they had planned to use Don to counter you, I guess that would be pretty much negating that. This is a cool visual. I like the look here. Monkey Luffy, just 8 cost, 10,000 power. That's it, but it's a cool look to the card. I'll give credit to that. Definitely appreciate that, I would say. And then the Don. So overall, not the best if I'm pointing this out. I feel like even the strong cards probably are questionable as far as their ability. Like, looking back at this Uta, yeah, I don't know, like, why would you want to give Arrested Don to trash a card? That feels like a big, like, request, unless you're, like, going for lethal at that point. Character-wise, this is probably the most effective one, but it's still a high cost, and it's not something that's going to be helpful this turn. It's kind of a try to play the long game, but you're having to play it with 9 Dons, so you don't have that much time afterwards. It's really these event cards that I would say have some capabilities, like setting your leaders active, or some of these other ones. I think this may have been the other one that talked about gaining 2,000 counter for each time you return a character, or yeah, this is probably the best one in my opinion. If your leader is Uta, set your film type characters as active at the end of this turn. So your board is never going to be KO'd if you play or not be able to be attacked directly. They can KO with event cards, but nobody is directly attacking your characters if you play this, which is nice. So if I'm being honest, this is probably the strongest one. Let's see, what's this one as well? Cost of 4 less, not active rest for, yeah. Not bad too. So it's a lot of event cards that I feel like have the strength in this specific deck. Let me know what you guys think. Is this one that you picked up, maybe the PRB pack, or is this one that you really plan to pull cards out of? Would love to see your feedback below, but appreciate you guys so much for watching, and I hope to talk to you again soon.